If you're considering a move to Caledon, there are a few things you probably want to know. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 things that may make you change your mind about moving there altogether. Let's find out. What is up, beautiful people? I'm Matt Moore, your local millennial realtor here in the Greater Toronto area. If this is your first time here, welcome to the channel and stick around to the very end of this video because by the end of it, you may reconsider your move to Caledon. So the first thing you'll want to know before making your move to Caledon is the distance to the city. So I'm just going to come out and say it. There's a lack of public transportation in Caledon. If you're thinking about moving there, be prepared to be very car dependent. There basically isn't any public transportation except from neighboring areas. So yes, you do need a vehicle to get around. Now, while Caledon itself doesn't have a local public transportation system, some residents that do live within Caledon do use the GO transit system, and that enables them to get to and from Toronto. So if you are relying on public transportation to get to and from Toronto, what you would typically do is take the GO transit, which would be in the form of a GO bus, to a neighboring town and then hop on the GO train to make your way all the way to downtown Toronto. So an alternative to not having your own vehicle, what you could do, but which would probably be quite pricey, is a rideshare app like Uber or Lyft. Those can come around to your home and take you to whatever destination you're looking to go to. The next thing you should know before making your move to Caledon is the limited shopping and entertainment within the town. Now I want to make one thing clear. The town of Caledon is huge, right? It's called the town of Caledon, but it's not to confuse you to think that it's this small, tiny town located in the middle of nowhere. No, it is adjacent to the city of Brampton, and it is absolutely massive. You're talking about almost 700 square kilometers of land where 75% of it is protected by the green belt. And so it's very rural, lots of land, lots of nature, and few areas that actually have quite a bit of housing. So if you're planning on moving here, what I will say is brace yourself, because there really isn't much shopping in the sense of going to a big mall and going to, name brand stores and whatnot. It's a whole different ball game when it comes to Caledon. There really isn't much besides strip malls. So you'll have to visit neighboring areas and neighboring cities in order for you to get that big shopping experience. So whether that's going to Orangeville or going to Georgetown or going to Brampton, those are the neighboring areas in which you can expect to visit frequently if you want to go buy a new suit. As for entertainment, in terms of night entertainment, there really isn't much here. It's a very quiet town, very low key, and so you're not going to get that Saturday night nightclub experience living in the town of Caledon. So if that's what you're primarily looking for, fine dining and, nighttime experiences, that's not what you're gonna get here. What you will get with Caledon is actually tons of nature. It is very beautiful, very scenic. If you haven't already, check out this video where I share where I feel as though nature is one of the reasons you may want to move to Caledon. So from nature walks to hiking trails and conservation parks, there's tons of outdoor activities to do within Caledon. See, I'm not making this video sound all bad. There are some pros to living in Caledon. Now, what I will say is the reason why you may not want to move to Caledon is the reason why a lot of people would want to move to Caledon, right? There's a huge contrast here. If you're enjoying this video, then do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. It helps the channel grow, it costs you nothing, and it means everything to me. Another thing you need to know before moving to Caledon is the healthcare. So seeing as Caledon is primarily rural, there are no hospitals within Caledon. To get to the nearest hospital, again, you'll have to lean over to neighboring areas such as Orangeville or Brampton. In Brampton, you have Brampton Civic Hospital, and that's quite a ways away entering from Caledon. And in Orangeville, you'll have Headwaters Health Center. In addition, Caledon has very few walk-in clinics, with the majority of them being in Bolton, which is on the east end of Caledon. So that's one thing you'll definitely want to consider if healthcare is a big deal in your decision making when it comes to moving to Caledon. Next up, we have limited job opportunities. Now, Caledon, Ontario, again, is known for its scenic, rural setting, and it just doesn't have the same abundance of jobs, such as neighboring cities or even Toronto. So to that, many residents that live within Caledon have to commute to different areas for work. Now, what I will say is local businesses do play a huge role in the job employment within Caledon. And one of the biggest industries in Caledon, it being very rural and having lots of farms, is agriculture. So Caledon has, give or take, 345 farms, which produces everything from beef to cheese to grains. And so if you're into agriculture, you're in the right place. And so the last thing you'll want to know before moving to Caledon is potential road closures. Now, for those of you guys who commute to and from work leaving Caledon, you'll want to know that there are several road closures that happen throughout the year. So the reason why these road closures can be a nuisance is if you have an accident in, say, a typical city like, let's say Toronto, there are many avenues for you to kind of go around, take a side street and this, but the roads leading up to Caledon are few. They're very few. And so having to go around means having to double back, go 5 minutes that way, and then go all the way back up if that road is open. Now, to top it off, if it's in the winter, for example, some roads are less maintained than others, right? Some roads have priority versus others. Some roads are just dirt roads and they don't get plowed or they don't get taken care of. And so what that means is sometimes you'll have to take that, 20-minute detour just to get around so that you can get home or go to work. So these are a few things that you need to consider if you're planning on moving to Caledon, that having road closures may impact your time to get to and from work. So there you have it, guys. Those are some things you should consider before making your move to Caledon. If you're looking into buying or selling real estate within the Greater Toronto Area, I encourage you to download my free relocation guide to assist you in that move. It's available for download in the description down below. I hope you got some value from this video. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that little notification bell so that you get notified every time I put out a new video just like this one. Again, my name is Matt Moy. I'm your local millennial realtor here in the Greater Toronto Area, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. I hope you got some value out of that video. If you did, then go ahead and check out this video here or here. I'm not quite sure where it's going to be on the screen, but one of these videos, go ahead and check it out.